You mean micro habits, right? Since we were just talking about them, I'm guessing that's where your head is at. You want me to dive deeper into how they actually work? Basically, it's taking a goal and shrinking it down until it's almost impossible to fail. Instead of saying you're going to work out for an hour, a micro habit is just doing one push up. It's all about having the friction so you actually start. Go for drinking a single glass of water. It's a total no-brainer. Takes like 10 seconds and actually makes you feel like you've got your life together. You down to try that right now, sir? If you're talking about how long, wait, you're asking how long. You've probably heard that 21-day thing, but that's mostly a myth. Realistically, it varies. Some people nail it in a few weeks, others take a couple of months. It really depends on how complex the habit is and how consistent you are. The trick is focusing on the streak rather than the calendar. You know what I'm saying? What were you talking about? If you're looking for the biggest bang for your buck, I go with the 2 minute clear out. Just spending 2 minutes clearing your physical workspace or your digital desktop before you start a task. It kills the mental clutter and lets you actually focus on the work instead of the mess. That's dope for productivity because it signals to your brain that it's time to lock in. You want some other ideas for your setup, sir? All good. What's on your mind then? It basically stops a spiral. When you're stressed, everything feels like a mountain, and that's usually where the anxiety kicks in. You just freeze. Micro habits break that cycle by giving you a win you can actually achieve in seconds. It shifts your brain from I'm overwhelmed to I just did this one thing, which calms the noise and gives you a sense of control again. You know what I'm saying? Since we already talked about the water, let's go with a 1 minute stretches. Just standing up and reaching for the ceiling or touching your toes for 60 seconds. It gets the blood moving and breaks up that stiffness from sitting, which is a huge win for your body over time. Very cool, simple, and zero excuses. Want a few more options for the physical side, sir? It really depends on what part of your life you're trying to level up. If you're feeling sluggish, go with a quick stretch. If your head's all over the place, try that 2 minute clear out we mentioned. Or if you just want to win to start the day, just making your bed is a classic move. What's the biggest thing stressing you out or slowing you down right now, sir? It's all about the momentum. One time, big efforts are usually terrifying. Your brain sees a giant project and just screams, no thanks, so you procrastinate. But a micro habit is so small, it doesn't trigger that fear response. Once you actually start, the hardest part, the inertia is gone. It's way easier to keep moving once you've already taken that first tiny step. You know what I'm saying? It's mostly a matter of scale and the barrier to entry. A regular habit is the end goal, uh, like working out every day or reading a book a week. Those are great, but they can feel like a chore when you're not feeling it. A micro habit is the entry point. It's putting on my gym shoes or reading one page. One is the destination, the other is just the first step to get you out the door. Does that make sense, sir? They can, but not by fighting them head on. If you try to just stop a bad habit, you're basically fighting your own brain, which usually doesn't end well. The real play is using a micro habit to crowd it out. Like if you spend too much time scrolling on your phone when you wake up, you don't just try to quit the phone. You start a micro habit of drinking that glass of water first. You're replacing the trigger with the tiny win. It's more about building a new path than trying to bulldoze the old one. Does that feel doable, sir? If you want a real game changer, go with 1 minute of sunlight. Just stepping outside or standing by a window as soon as you wake up. It resets your internal clock, wakes your brain up way better than caffeine, and sets the tone for the whole day. Very cool, almost effortless, and it actually works with your biology. You think you could do that tomorrow morning, sir? Fair enough. Not everyone is a morning person. What's a more realistic vibe for you when you first wake up, sir? Because they stop you from relying on willpower, which is basically a finite resource that runs out by noon. Most of us try to change our lives with these massive dramatic shifts that just don't stick because they're too exhausting. Micro habits are important because they build a foundation of consistency. They prove to you every single day that you can actually follow through on a promise to yourself. That confidence carries over into everything else you do. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, nothing catastrophic happens. Most people just live their whole lives that way. They rely on bursts of motivation, like a New Year's resolution, and then crash when that feeling fades. They might feel like they're constantly fighting an uphill battle with their own discipline or wondering why they can't just stick to things. It's not a tragedy, it's just a less efficient way to grow. You end up missing out on that effortless momentum that comes from small wins.